Don't blink. Two mercenaries nearly became the monster's snack. Qiang and his pal fled before even seeing it, fearing they'd be next. Just as a mysterious creature erupted from the floor, they slammed the steel door shut, truly champions of living on the entering the elevator. Brother Qiang bumped into Phoenix Girl fleeing, comforting her while hoping the monster didn't target the elevator. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened, and Brother Qiang and his pals were trapped in a monster waiting room. The mercenary captain angrily questioned Brother Qiang, accusing him as the mastermind. Brother Qiang hurriedly defended him the most wronged. They encountered attacks from an unknown creature. The captain's assistant tried to prove a horrifying beast existed outside, but the captain didn't believe this nonsense. The elevator shook violently like a roller coaster, plunging to the basement. Luckily, it was just a scare with no real injuries. As the group escaped the elevator, the horrifying sight before them made them go pale as a ghost. Walls were blood-splattered, floors littered with limbs, everyone stunned as the monster sensed their presence. The door at the end of the corridor was warping, and the walls seemed to be in a competition of strength. Just as the monster seemed ready to burst in, they bravely marched forward with their weapons, as if heading toward an unknown restaurant. However, the monster seemed to sense their approach, and suddenly everything fell into a terrifying silence. Suddenly, someone stepped on a skull, startling the monster and putting it into dinner time mode, launching a fierce assault. Brother Qiang and Captain worked together, using firepower to suppress the monster, reducing it to frog-like croaks. They sought refuge in a safe storage room. Phoenix Girl wished to change and told her assistant to send a distress signal, only to find the communication system destroyed by the monster. Brother Qiang claimed he had contacted this cruise ship before, but the communication was maliciously cut off, clearly suggesting some dark hand behind. Through various clues, he suspected the captain of being the one who sabotaged the communication system, especially since the captain and the mercenary leader were clearly old acquaintances. Under everyone's pressure, the captain finally admitted he was the cruise ship's boss, spending nearly all savings on its construction. Maintaining the ship's operations cost much more than building it, leaving him no choice but to mortgage it to the bank. To avoid falling into debt, he conspired with the mercenaries to stage a shipwreck to trick the insurance company into paying out. Little did he know that fate had other plans. The monster's appearance shattered everything, leaving the assistant furious. He fumed, "My wages barely enough, yet you want my life." Just then, the monster arrived. The repairman felt a wave of suspicion, and as he looked up, he nearly fainted in fright as the monster's shadow began to loom. A huge tentacle slithered through the pipes, and Brother Qiang immediately aimed his gun at it. Asterisk, bang, 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 asterisk. The monster spat out the person it just swallowed. Terrifyingly, he was alive, standing with half a head. He lifted his hand through a hole, emitting a gut-wrenching scream, while everyone was drenched in cold sweat at the horrifying. Everyone fired frantically at the monster, but the strong firepower only suppressed it briefly, failing to inflict fatal harm, causing panic-stricken flight in all directions. Phoenix Girl found Brother Qiang and begged him to take her away. She might have wanted to be the first visitor to the beach blossom. Brother Qiang agreed to give her everything, and she instantly got the message. The tentacle was simply unbearable to look at. It had no eyes, but was incredibly sensitive to sound. Just as Brother Qiang was about to shoot, the monster controlled him, opening its mouth as though ready for a feast, leaving him weak in the knees. At the critical moment, Phoenix Girl charged in with a gun, drove off the monster, and saved the day. The captain's assistant was attacked by the monster, seeking help, but the captain was scared to tears. Brother Qiang and Phoenix Girl rushed to save him, but the monster was too strong. They could only watch as he became fast-food. At this point, the director used the captain to explain to the audience, this is a mollusk that really existed millions of years. At 4,000 feet, they grow up to 1,000 feet long, with a golf ball-sized body in the deep sea. They can grow big enough to swallow an adult shark, and if they lived 100,000 feet below, you couldn't even imagine how massive they could be. The scariest part is that these monsters are particularly cunning, able to lurk in the dark waiting for their prey, and when they strike, it's like a leopard pack. Seeing that if this continued, everyone would be in trouble, Brother Qiang hurriedly told everyone to return to the ship first, fix it up, and escape. But trouble brewed. The only exit had been submerged in seawater, turning it into a water amusement park. Brother Qiang called the captain and another mercenary to scout the way, while the others waited a moment. Before long, those waiting stumbled upon the monster's feast, like joining a horror party. The repairman hurriedly shut the steel door, holding their final defense. But soon, the old black man from London struggled to swim, but got grabbed by them. Realizing that he had no chance of survival, He resolutely detonated a grenade, sacrificing himself along with the monster. Survivors gathered in the kitchen, but after several scares, arguments erupted instantly. Brother Qiang vowed to fight his way back, but the captain's subordinate, terrified, wet himself and refused risks. Not wanting to take any more risks, everyone decided to stay on the ship. However, just then, they found themselves at an impasse. The monster couldn't stand it and chose for them, leaving all terrified. A crucial moment, this man risked his life, fired back, and others escaped. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fun content and thrilling adventures.